So let's get into it, man. I know you guys been waiting for Judge Bora, and we're about to get into this video. This one is called Responding to BTS Reactors. Preconceived. You see, I messed up again. Preconceived nations, global groups, and masterminds behind BTS. So let's see who she's gonna judge today. Last time she judged reactors, and I was like, oh God, hopefully I'm not in there because I was scared. But let's see what she's talking about. And I'm sure these are gonna be people maybe doing bad things. So let's see.
Silence in the court. I don't know why I said that. Welcome back everyone to Bora City Magazine. The magazine is very important these days because people are confusing me with other Bora cities, and no, I'm not on social media. I'm just on YouTube and I repost things on TikTok. No confusion, please. 3 months ago, I made a...
You know what's so funny? I thought she had an X account too. Because I did try to follow someone that was Bora City Magazine. But maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it is her. We got to confirm. Does she have an X account? You guys got to let me know. Or she has to let it be known.
No, I'm not on social media. I'm just on YouTube. And I repost things on TikTok. No confusion, please. 3 months ago, I made a video titled Reacting to Reactions to my BTS video essays.
That was funny.
In that video, I explain how YouTube gives me these notifications saying that certain channels are using a lot of my content in their videos. So that is part of fair copyright use. You can react to videos.
Oh, so that's not her. Oh, yeah, I was wondering how come she never approves me. Okay. So it's not her. I'm gonna cancel that then, because I'm over here thinking like, man, she don't like me or something. She's not approving me. What's going on? There we go. Now I got the answer. Now I feel safer. Okay.
It's just very important that you give commentary. And I did like a little bingo there to see if these reaction channels fall into this style of very lazy commentary or lack of commentary. I was called by some comments as a meanie. I was called a mean person because I made that video unprovoked. I just thought that it was a fun video to make. I love seeing that so many reaction channels react to my videos. So I said, if they are reacting to me, to my video essays, why can't I react to them as well? And it's mostly just fun and jokes because it's just YouTube. When I made that video, I mentioned that probably I could make this style of video maybe once a month. It's been 3 months. So
that didn't work out.
Welcome back. So today I'm going to be watching a couple of videos. YouTube sent me notifications saying check out this video and request a removal if you want to. But I'm also going to react to a couple of other videos. I'm curious and I want to know the reaction. This one is from March of last year, so almost 1 full year ago. And the title of the video is How BTS Alone Changed the Tiny Desk Concert. So according to YouTube, the match of this video is 90%. So this means that their video is actually 90% my video. That's why I received a notification. Okay, so here we have the bingo.
So I wonder, do you guys think that I get into her algorithm like that to where she gets that notification from me? Because I feel like I low-key talk a lot. So, and I pause a lot. So I wonder if I'm in her line of removal. You know what I'm saying? Am I? Oh, golly.
Go. This is the same one I used last time. So he will be reacting to how BTS changed Tiny Desk concerts. And his title is How BTS Alone Changed the Tiny Desk Concerts. It's pretty similar, and I am tempted to go with this one. No credit in title or thumbnail. Once again, I'm not asking you to say, oh my goodness, like thank you so much for making this video. You don't have to do all that. Just show somehow that this is not your video, that this is someone else's video. And I like that to be clear in the title or thumbnail, because some people may say, oh, like this is a very cool topic, let me see what this video essay person or commentator says about this topic, and then it's not you saying the commentary. If that's going to happen, I'd rather just that person going to my channel. This is the thumbnail. So you get 1 star, unfortunately. Also, by the way, when I received a video response to my video, this person said, oh, like, why are you doing a bingo? If you don't get a bingo, why am I guilty? Because, this is a court. And I decide if I...
Someone actually got bothered at that? That is crazy. What? Hold on. I gotta run it back real quick because I wanted to hit something, but I was just like, I was interested in what she was talking about, but I was supposed to pause it.
USA
Hold on.
person or commentator says about this topic, and then it's not you.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I remember. So the part where she says about people crediting the like the actual person that makes the video. Just so you guys are aware, I actually take it a little bit a step even further, and I guess that's why I was looking for her on social media, because I wanted to personally message her and ask her if it was okay. This is what I actually did with Asian entertainment and culture. I went ahead and found her on Instagram, messaged her, and I kindly asked her, hey, is it okay if I could react to your videos and this and that? And she replied and she said, yes, absolutely. Just make sure you credit me and stuff like that. And it's literally that, because I just feel that I don't want to go and, I don't know, I guess it's maybe just me, but I just like to make sure that everything is okay. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm disrespecting their work, because that does take a lot of work, to make the video essays like they do. They do a lot of research. These people are journalists at the end of the day, so I don't want to just take someone's stuff and then just do a reaction to it and then, not have, so I just wanted to be respectful and do it that way. So, and I did try to do this with Bora City, like I said, and I thought she had an X account, but I just found out right now she doesn't. So, unfortunately, I don't have anything sad. Let me see, what can I play? Well, we'll play this one. The cinematic boom. All right.
Say in the commentary. If that's going to happen, I'd rather just that person going to my channel. This is the thumbnail.
Facts.
So you get 1 star, unfortunately. Also, by the way, when I received a video response to my video, this person said, oh, like, why are you doing a bingo? If you don't get a bingo, why am I guilty? Because, this is a court. And I decide if I request a removal of your video or not. I am the judge here. I'm not.
You know what's funny? And she could really be mean if she wanted to, but obviously she's a nice person, because she could really be another type of YouTuber where if we are reacting to her stuff, she could bring it down like that. That's happened to me before, where I reacted to a song and the artist didn't like it and they gave me a strike. So for someone to kind of respond in that way to her, for her reacting to someone reacting to her own video, is kind of crazy to me. If anything, you should be like, oh, I appreciate you for letting me react to your video. Like, what's up with people's etiquette, huh? That's just kind of crazy.
I'm not requesting a removal for anyone. This bingo makes it very unserious.
In my last video, I just reacted to guide to BTS, for haters, skeptics, and non-pop fans by Bora magazine.
So he has a little bit of the basis. Loud crowd noise didn't allow them to hear the music of folk singer Laura Gibson properly. So they joked about having to perform
I can see how that would pay
office
somebody
behind
off.
the a year later in 2009,
I like
a big media big
Swift,
from
they got her on
Russia.
there.
They did invited BTS for
I like
years.
their outfit there.
What I would recommend there, for example, is that even if you have a small comment, explore that, because when you react to this type of videos, of things that you don't know, that you're reacting to for the first time, you need to show your audience what you already know, so they guide you as well in the comments, and you grow your community, and you give your video a little bit of a substance. We see a little bit of you as a commentator in your video. As silly as it sounds, when you say, oh, like, I like their outfits there, go back and explain, what do you like about the outfit? Maybe it's a little bit of like off tangent, but you need to give us something. And YouTube
Oh,
algorithm also says, like, for copyright reasons, you need to give us a little bit more.
I think we're doing a great job. So far, I think we're doing a great job. How about you guys judge me right now? You know what? I want to see this. You guys are here with me right now. I would love to see you guys. Don't mind that one. Don't judge that. I would love to see you guys judge how we do videos. You know what I'm saying? I would love some feedback, actually. I think that would be pretty productive. I think that it would actually help me out a lot. If you guys like some stuff, if you guys don't like some stuff, we could hear your whatever you guys want to say, and then we'll take it in consideration, and you never know. You could be the next producer. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be pretty dope. But I would love to get a rating right now on this live as we continue.
From big
Okay?
events, most
Please.
Imagine being so good.
first pause. 2 minutes and 45 seconds in. Not that bad. In 2020, most popular songs were lighthearted and not too serious, and many associated this with a phenomenon in music known as recession pop, which happens during
Am I? Do you think I'm paranoid? That is so funny. I feel like. Am I being paranoid? Is that what this seems like? That is funny. Oh my god. You, we always give you feedback on your videos. Yeah, you do. I know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. My bad. I just want to be great. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be great. That's
time
all.
of economic crisis. Dynamite was
Love it.
BTS's. This is a very concise video because sometimes I talk so much. Sometimes I really get into it, and there's just so many subtexts to talk about and topic within topics. The thing with the Tiny Desk concert video that I made is that it's just about the Tiny Desk concert and the simple ways in which BTS changed the Tiny Desk concerts. A small chapter of that video has to do about recession pop eras over the years. What do you think about that? This video really focuses on one topic. So the tiny little things that we have here and there, that will be my question. Like, what do you think about those? Dynamite, BTS
I gotta
doesn't
go check that
completely
song out
address the
too, bro.
elephant. What did he say? Dynamite, BTS
I gotta
doesn't
go check that
completely
song out
address the
too, bro.
elephant. So here's another thing. In a video response to my first video doing this dynamic, this person said that what he said was very clear. Basically, like, judging me for not understanding. And here's the thing. English is my second language, but I think it's beyond that. Don't talk over the video. I don't care if some people may be able to hear it. This is not a good commentary video. This is not a good reaction video. If you're giving a lot of commentary or like some comments here and there that can be in your favor because you're giving commentary, but people should be able to hear you over the video. So you're not going to bother pausing. I'm not talking about this guy. This guy seems nice. I'm talking about other certain YouTube channels. When I put here, I can't
Who's she
hear
talking
you, it's because you're not talking
Who's she talking about? Who? Why she do that face? Hold on.
certain YouTube channels. When I put, I
Wait.
say this. I'm talking about other certain YouTube channels.
Oh, nah. She gave that bombastic side eye, though. That's kind of crazy. We got to find out the truth. We got to find out who she's talking about. Should we try to get the answer from her one of these days? Who are you talking about? We need to find out.
When I put here, I can't hear you, it's because you're not talking clearly, because you're talking over the video. Maybe you are able to understand yourself, but that is not the point.
Bora
The point
shady.
is that this video is for your audience. Just don't be lazy. Make a good commentary video, okay? I'm not going to over-explain everything. I'm trying to be nice. I ask someone to please reach out their hand and save them.
The fact that they always have like very colorful hair and
In my opinion,
colorful
they chose
outfit.
this song. Save Me has both the recession music characteristic electropop sound and lyrics that express the feeling of hopelessness that the world was feeling.
I know their hairstylist, she or he, I know they make a lot of money, considering how frequently they say they change their hair.
Okay, so here's another pet peeve of mine.
Wait. Wait a minute. Did he just say she or he to BTS? What do you... Okay, my bad. It's just...
I understand that for a lot of people who don't know about BTS. They're just reacting to BTS for the first time. They have these typical comments. They do have beautiful skin. They do have colorful clothes sometimes, but their fashion is very, very good. Their hairstyles are very, very good. This is a video essay about how BTS changed the history of Tiny Desk concerts, though. Because in this video, I explained that BTS selected 3 specific songs for their Tiny Desk concert, and I feel like they chose these 3 songs as some sort of storytelling. Save Me was a pretty old song, but during the pandemic, Save Me was a good transition between Dynamite and Spring Day. What do you think about that? What do you think about what I just explained? And last song, Spring Day was the song that surprised Tiny Desk. He's still going about dyeing the hair. But yeah, I get it. Especially when you're first starting, those are just tips that I would recommend. Not just to avoid this copyright thing, but to grow your channel.
I really gotta check. I really gotta check him on RM. I haven't really listened to any of his songs.
Art industry. He was always saying that you should firstly be human.
I think I missed most.
What? Wait. That is kind of crazy, though. I do have to say that is kind of crazy, and that is a little bit of a pet peeve, and I could see how that could be annoying. You can't even hear what RM is saying, like, because he's talking over it. And I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I get overly excited and I speak over videos. So I am at fault sometimes. But I mean, I do try to do a better job here and there. But yeah, like in moments like that, I feel like it's pretty important. I think I do it only when it's like, things here and there, like with little remarks. But yeah, that's crazy.
I really gotta check. I really gotta check him on RM. I haven't really listened to any of his songs.
Art industry. He was always saying that you should firstly be human.
I think I missed most of that because Namjoon is speaking. He is missing all of the explanation that Namjoon is giving about his song Yoon. That's another star or talks over important part. NPR launched their first official international series, Tiny Desk Korea.
Nice. That's how much influence they have, bro. That's how much influence they have. That's crazy.
NPR
머무는 휴식 같은 곡들로 채웠습니다.
It's been a long time. The video is about to be over, and yeah, I can see there's not a lot of commentary. Launched the second international series, Tiny Desk Concerts Japan. So I believe for Taehyun's entire chapter, there was no commentary at all.
What do you guys think, though? Do you think they actually impacted the Tiny Desk concerts, like how it's been run over the years before them? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think.
Geography. I also usually do this, like
Sorry. That is so funny. Bora is shady. Bora doesn't flag people, but she is a little shady for making a whole comedy video about them, but that's why we love her. And that's true. And have fun with it. That's the thing, though. We don't need to take all this stuff serious. Like, the beautiful thing is that she's allowing, reactors to check out her stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the beautiful part. The cool thing is that not only, if you really think about it, when she does these kind of videos, they're really getting, if you want to think of it this way, you're getting another look at your channel. Some people might like the way you do videos. Some people might like who what you look like, whatever. It doesn't matter. People are going to potentially support you. That's the beauty of it. You're getting a little bit of promotion, But she is a little feisty, huh? She's funny though. I like her. I like checking out her live streams. They're pretty dope.
Bring this question back to you guys, back to the comment section. But the thing with reaction channels is that you're supposed to give your opinion. Like, what do you think? Maybe I understand that you don't have like a lot of context, the knowledge to give your opinion. Give your opinion about what you just have learned. And if you don't have a strong opinion, say, I actually don't know. I don't have a strong opinion about this, but here are my thoughts so far from what I've learned.
And again, big shout out to this lady that does this Veracity magazine.
Thank you.
She does an amazing job.
So 2 stars is actually not that bad. What is my deliberation? Unfortunately, in this case, I'm going to say that YouTube is correct. The YouTube channel say it on camera. did not follow the copyright laws. So for that reason, I declared this video guilty. However, it's a suspended sentence. It's not a big of a deal. And it looks like the beginning of good commentary. We just need more exploration of this topic. Oops. Maybe with BTS's comeback, we see more reactions from this channel. More reactions to BTS though. All love to all of the YouTube channels out there. If you're not reacting to BTS, I'm not watching. Case closed.
Do you think she watches? We gotta find out. We gotta find out.
That was one of the videos that were sent to me by YouTube, but I'm also curious to see other YouTube channels. For example, over here, I'm getting a recommendation by a channel called One in a Melon. It looks like she reacted to the problem with the masterminds behind BTS magazine reaction. Well, double reaction. We love that.
Back with more BTS from Bora Magazine's videos. Support the original creator. The link will be in the description.
Like I mentioned, I'm not asking to extreme support, like go and subscribe to Bora Magazine. But whenever...
I think she's just being too humble. You know what? I'm going to tell her and I'm going to call her out. Bora City Magazine, in my opinion, is one of the ones that I personally go to get, you know, a lot of the context and a lot of information from. I feel like channels like this should definitely get a plaque. They deserve a plaque. You know, they deserve the 100,000 subscriber plaque. You know, and she's almost there, and I hope she gets it because, you know, it's not easy to have a lot of you know, these kind of videos and a lot of journalists and stuff like that. And it's cool because we get to learn a lot from these kind of stuff. So especially for the people like us, where we really started, if you guys remember, we really started learning about BTS from Bora City, literally. Like, and there's no hiding it.
A YouTuber does say that kind of stuff, I'm just very grateful. You know, the judge, me, because I'm the judge, is unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, being a little bit like biased because of these extra points that I'm keeping right here. I'm keeping them in my pocket because it's not part of the bingo.
Big hit before BTS.
Hey yo,
Okay.
Deliberation. We can see all the projects with a still bankrupt company. BTS becomes the biggest group in full creative freedom.
Okay, I was thinking that too.
There was a lot of my commentary, even an entire chapter without a real pause. And I get it because especially with the introduction section of the video, I'm just introducing the topic that I'm going to talk about. So what is the YouTuber supposed to say? I did notice the typical, I see a lot of, wow, that's crazy. She does say like a lot of right. But I feel like it's because she's really paying attention. As well.
Right.
Now, people who work with BTS and even
yeah, some people react. Some people do react like that. They do say right, or they'll say So I can understand that.
A K-pop group. It's about their expertise. I love how like her face. I love it because it seems like she's trying to follow like what is the point of this video. I try to make my video essays with some kind of thesis statements, and with this one I feel like I just wanted to explore the topic. For her to watch this video as her second video, I feel like it's very interesting to me. I feel like she looks very, very confused. But you know what? Sometimes you're going to be confused. I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying in general for other YouTube channels, sometimes they are confused and they just get mad at me or they just try to avoid giving any opinion because it will show their confusion. But I feel like if you think my commentary is confusing, I feel like you should say that my commentary is confusing. That will help you a lot with the copyright laws and all of that I'm talking about. Her face, she seems a little bit confused about where this video is going.
But I mean, that's really interesting because like when I was looking at this list she put in, these are really successful. I mean, a lot of them are very successful.
That's exactly what I said in the video. Yes, they are successful in the K-pop industry. The 3 articles that I mentioned by Rolling Stone, Variety, and I don't remember the other one, those do not say these are the masterminds behind big K-pop groups. They say these are the masterminds behind the biggest group in the world. And they don't know how to create the biggest groups in the world. I have another theory, which is the RM theory that I will explain in a later chapter. But yeah, I'm not denying that these are big groups. I'm just saying that these are big K-pop groups. And that is a bubble.
But I've definitely heard of eFam, New Jeans, 17, and Cat's Eye. I'm actually a big fan of Cat's Eye, but I don't know when this came out. A year ago. So yeah, a year ago is like when they first debuted, I think, no? So now, like, they've gotten even more successful, I think.
It doesn't matter. I get it though. Like, this is good commentary. I'm just saying that. I literally mentioned that in the video. Now you can say that with their global groups that they are trying out, they're bringing more mainstream audiences to the Hype channel, let's put it that way. Hype America is literally done like in great part because of Geffen Records, which is UMG. It's not the masterminds behind BTS creating this American groups or global groups. It's a little bit of the minds of Hype and a little bit of the minds of the American music industry with a ton of support from UMG to target American audiences correctly and transform them into organic listeners.
Okay, but at least for me, Hype created Cat's Eye, right?
Yes and no. It was a little bit of Hype saying and a lot actually, Geffen Records.
You know what I could appreciate is that even though she's doing a reaction to the reaction, she's still responding to the questions that these reactors had in these videos. Low key, that's pretty dope. And that's smart of her to do. I gotta say that's very helpful, you know, because she, even though we know she's sassy, right? She's a little sassy girl, but it's like she still gets to you know, explain to them in a nice manner, like, you know, and give them that information that they were seeking in these times. So that's pretty dope. I like that.
This. Everything good or bad that happens to now, because it's not just Cat's Eye. There's going to be multiple global groups. I'm just saying it now so you are prepared. There's going to be multiple global groups created by Hype with Geffen Records. And the advantage that these groups have is, first of all, global appeal. Second of all, they are creating it with Geffen Records, who have people in the industry, like a little bit of insight in the American music industry. So that's an advantage. The credit would not just go to the masterminds behind BTS. The credit is shared. The K-pop groups, specifically BTS. BTS does not have a big label like UMG behind them. And you may say, what about the distribution deal that Big Hit or BTS has with UMG? A distribution deal is not at all the same as UMG themselves creating a group. UMG, Geffen Records, is going to pay a lot. They're going to pay, not just pay attention, but pay for, you know, like other things. So their groups are guaranteed successes. BTS...
Yeah, it's like that pay to play method. And we've seen that with you know, the lawsuit that happened between Kendrick, and that's the best one that I could really talk about, which is the Kendrick and Drake beef, wherein it actually got to the court and we got to see, you know, pretty much that there's a lot of people that pay to play. So, you know, we get to see stuff like that, and it's just pretty interesting. And it kind of sucks at the end of the day, because then we have people like BTS who don't pay for stuff and they suffer because of it, you know, even though they really don't, because Army is much stronger than that. But it's crazy to see that, you know, and it sucks that that's something that happens in the music industry, when I really think it should be fan, you know, made. Army fans from whoever should be able to support the artists, and they should get recognized for the people that are actually supporting them. You know, I think that's something that hopefully one day can change. But until then, you know, we could only hope, right?
Does not have that. UMG helps BTS with distribution because that's their deal, but it's not their job. It's not their real job. Their real job is these global groups. That is important to know.
It's like a global girl group, and I think they've garnered an American audience for sure. I mean, I think they did a really great job with creating Cat's Eye. Hype, like they created them.
Let's move on. She doesn't know, which is fine, because when you're reacting, you're learning. Actually, if you see the final lineup the American side wanted and the final lineup that the Korean side wanted, none of them got what they wanted. Some of the members that the Korean side wanted were there, and some of the members that the American side wanted were there. But once again, don't doubt for a second the power of being a product of UMG Records. Don't doubt it for a second.
That's what I mean. So, like, I think it's crazy. I honestly think it's crazy how they create so many freaking bands.
It's too many. This is something that I think about the entire K-pop industry. It's too much of the same. Unfortunately, that system makes you forget about the old ones. And by old ones, I mean like 2-year-old groups that were very big 2 years ago. You're going to forget about them, which is very unfortunate, because these never become substantial artists. In the American music industry, if you really want to be like a BTS, a Justin Bieber, if you want to be like a Taylor Swift, you need at least a decade of hit after hit after hit. And the K-pop system does not allow that to happen. So how can you even attempt to create the next BTS, or not the next BTS, but just a successful group like BTS by creating these many groups? That's a topic for another video. You can find success with this system in the K-pop industry within K-pop fans, but that is not going to work in the global music market. And these K-pop labels are really trying to get into the global music market, but they're still failing. I wonder why. Oh, right, I just explained it. Anyways, 2000.
Yeah, and that's true. You can't keep making a copy of the same thing. You're not going to get nowhere. And that's why the beauty of BTS, because once again, and I'm sure you guys know this, but I just got to reiterate re-say it. I forgot the word that I was actually going to say, but I got to re-say it. Like, the reason why they are who they are is because they were able to express who they are in the music, and they're able to really go through any avenue that they want to do in the music. Like I told you guys, I was listening to the Lollapalooza J Hope, concert, and when I'm telling you the different kinds of melodies, the different kinds of beats, the different kinds of sounds that were coming through my TV were absolutely insane. I was really like, if you really see that whole thing, watch it again if you don't remember. But that, if you see the whole thing, you really start to see like he really has all types of genre just by himself. So just imagine all of them as a collective. Absolutely insane. It's undeniable that these guys really are the literally the top of the top. Everybody wants to be like them, but it's going to be so hard to ever even try to reach some of the stuff that they've accomplished, because I mean, we already know they've done a lot.
2009,
It's
RM got
crazy.
the attention of the rapper Sleepy at an underground hip-hop crew's audition. The real mastermind choice Big Hit took was signing RM immediately and let him guide the group.
It's also really interesting. Obviously, BTS is like creates like all. Do they create all of their songs, like every single one? I think so, right?
BTS doesn't write or produce all of their songs, but they do have a choice in the demos that they end up recording and like making their own. And that may seem very, very basic. You need to understand that in the K-pop music industry, a lot of these groups are just given their songs. There is this girl group that I included in another video. Years after the group disbanded, she made a TikTok explaining which songs she actually liked. She explained that the songs that she liked was because herself and her bandmates had a say in like deciding. Even if the members don't like the songs, they have to sing them. They have to sing them and they had to perform them. So BTS having at least the choice of finding songs written by other people or produced by other people, unfortunately, is considered a privilege that not a lot of K-pop groups have. You get
Interesting. That is new news to me. See, I thought they were allowed the creative control. I don't know where I saw that, but I swear I seen that somewhere. Well, they were allowed the creative control to create the songs that they wanted to. Yes, I know there's some songs that they have, co-writers, and they have other people that are, in the songs and stuff. But okay, so let me just throw this in there. So I remember seeing the video with J Hope when he was creating, songs, and we did the reaction to. Um and there was somebody in the booth, that was singing the song and stuff like that. And I think it was for Sweet Dreams, if I'm not mistaken, or I think it was for another one. But they were singing in there, and he was getting an idea of what to do. I'm sorry, it was actually Mona Lisa. So he was getting an idea of what it was and stuff like that. So in that case, so does that mean that that person is freestyling in that moment, or does that mean that he grabbed onto what sounded good and then he wrote around the stuff that he felt sounded good of what that person was doing in the booth? You get what I'm saying? Because it's a little bit interesting. That one I'm a little confused because I really thought they had creative control. Because I remember seeing a video, like I said, but okay, I need answers for that one. I need answers for that one.
BTS's previous and subsequent
Please.
groups. Good in theory, nice music, talented people, hardworking people, but
Right.
no
Rena, you think she watches the videos? That'd be dope, huh? I wouldn't. That would be dope. You know what? And honestly, I think it would be cool to collab one day. We should do a collab. You know what I'm saying? Get a little collab in. You know,
real
nothing wrong with
masterminds.
that.
No biggest group in the world.
Okay.
She does not agree with my
She did not agree with that statement at all. I gotta press that button for that one. Oh my god, she did not agree at all.
Okay.
She does not agree with my video. And that's okay. I'm very proud of that video and I stand by everything I said because believe it or not, people change their minds. And sometimes I put hundreds of hours of work into a video and years after, I disagree with myself. But in the case of this one, I agree 100% with myself. And I would even go even further with some of these opinions. I feel even more right now because when I made that video, BTS were on a break from group activities because they were in the military. And we were seeing these K-pop and global groups rising to fame a little bit. But now they are way bigger than they were before. And BTS is coming back. And now I'm seeing the entire picture. And I can totally see now, even clearer, how right I was when BTS were in the military when I made this video.
They didn't find RM. Like, they were lucky to find RM. They, like, you know, RM being in, having the exposure and being found by Sleepy that one time is obviously lucky, and being signed by him, right? So that's something. Like, I mean, what if he was never like? What if he never put out his music and all that stuff? There's probably a lot of underground people who are not don't have the exposure or not found yet.
I don't think it's about exposure. I feel like Big Hit did a great job finding underground artists. If they didn't find RM, they would probably find another very great artist like him. That was the case also for the other two trainees who were first part of BPB, the first BTS. The thing that they hit the jackpot with was definitely...
Oh, you know what? That just reminded me. Side note. Because she said the BPB, I think she said, the first BTS. There's a video that you guys recommended me to watch, which was the 8th member of BTS. The 8th member of BTS. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I pressed that. Sorry. I didn't mean to press that. You know, and I found the video is from Vice, and I haven't reacted to it. But I just could only think, like, how sad is that? You know, like, that guy must be so sad. But that just reminded me of that.
The first BTS. The thing that they hit the jackpot with was definitely... this is going to sound so corny and so army of me, but it was finding RM's heart. Because RM's music was great. Guys, if you're interested, search for the other two trainees' music with Namjoon as BPB. That was great. So it's not just about the good talent, it's about the good heart that Namjoon led the group with. It was Namjoon's heart and mind and the soul that he brought to BTS.
That's pretty deep if you think about it. Like, wow. That's actually pretty deep. You need to find someone. They're really looking for a leader at that point. If you really think about it, they're really looking for that leader role that they know that is going to be able to get the other ones, you know, collectively ready, if that makes sense. That's pretty cool. So this is in regards of the songs being written. So it says it depends songs by song. BTS also writes from nothing sometimes, but they also get 100% songs sent to them. So sometimes they build from that. Okay, this album production will be different though. Yeah, so this one is gonna be different. I'm sure they're gonna be able to implement their own stuff, but I was just more so wondering about the past ones. You know, I was talking about the past. This one, I know that they did have, different producers and stuff like that. I don't know what's coming in this one, so I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about the past ones. But thank you for that information. I appreciate it.
The only one I really know of is Cat's Eye, and I love them. Man, like I think they're so talented. I end up loving older songs. I guess the big singles, right? Like Gnarly had a lot of hate.
How? I guess I do this too, but I don't get this much into detail to it. But I guess I do this too sometimes where I do tangent into other conversations, but I feel like I don't get this bad where if I'm watching a video about BTS, I'm watching a video about BTS, and that's what my focus is. You know what I'm saying? So she's talking about Cat's Eye right now. What?
Their group performance, the live performance, saved that song. And then their new song, in the song, they say, eat zucchini. After a few listens, that shit is so catchy. They're so talented and beautiful. I saw them on TikTok, and I fell in love with them. They look so good.
Mentions random K-pop artists in non-related topic. I feel like it definitely is related, but this commentary definitely turned into a commentary.
RM does live streams explaining album production. Oh, you already know I'm about to react to some of those. I am definitely going to be reacting to some of those. And I'm sure High Boy got me on that one. Oh, that is so fire. One of my favorite videos that I've done, can I be honest with you guys? One of the favorite videos that I've done on this channel that maybe a lot of people didn't appreciate me reacting to it, or they just didn't like the video. But I really, really, really enjoy. Sorry if I'm moving the mic so much. Sorry, I'm trying to fix it. I really, really enjoyed the conversation between RM and Pharrell Williams. That conversation right there was absolutely my favorite video that I've ever reacted to, because just the amount of intellect that was in that conversation, and just two global artists speaking about, liking each other and how they wanted to work with each other and how they were asking each other questions on how they wanted to build off of it. It was just crazy. Honestly, that's the kind of stuff that kind of motivates me, because in all actuality, seeing two greats speak and then just getting the gist of what they're doing and implement it into the stuff that I do, I get a lot of passion for the stuff that I do, in my personal view, but that was one of my favorite videos. But a lot of people didn't really like it because a lot of people didn't watch it, but it's okay. But that video was one of my favorites, for real.
About another group. What a lot of people do with reaction videos is, because they're getting introduced to new stuff, they explain what they already know, and that is key. That is great. That is a recommendation that I give all of the time. Explain to us what you already know, but always bring it back to the main topic. But this is good commentary either way.
I guess that's it for this video. I feel like I couldn't really fully give my opinion or my knowledge on this video as much because I lack the knowledge about BTS and K-pop artists and how they grow. I can't wait to watch more of her videos. She does such a great job with them, and this one was very interesting to watch too.
Very, very good reaction, actually. This video actually made me realize something about my own videos, which is there are levels to these video essays, because as general public friendly as I try to make all of my videos be, sometimes they are not, because sometimes I may try explaining everything, but you need to have like a little bit more basis. So maybe before watching this video, you would understand more if you watch other videos about the industry, other of my video essays if you want to. Here's the thing. Even though she seemed a little bit confused, and she did explain that she doesn't know much about the subject, so she was just trying to say something, do you see how her video is still had a lot of commentary? Because if you don't have a lot to say, then explain. I don't have the knowledge. This is just like what I'm learning, and the only thing that I know is these other groups. She's trying to give us something, because this is what reaction channels should be doing. Does she have any stars in the bingo? She has one. Mentions random K-pop artist in a related topic. It is related though, so I feel like that star shouldn't go there. But
Remove!
No,
But
it was related.
That is true, because she did talk a lot about it. I was about to say remove the star, but she did talk a lot about it.
This is my verdict. The channel One in a Melon is completely innocent.
Ooh, innocent.
Let's see this one. New BTS fan watches a guide to BTS for haters, skeptics, and non-pop fans by Shade Reacts Live.
I'm really excited to learn more about the band. I know they've been doing this a long time. You guys said that they have over 400.
Can I just say, this man right here got a good mic. What mic is that? I need that. What are we talking about right now? I feel like my mic is trash compared to what this sounds like. This is crazy.
100 songs.
I thought he was going to say over 400 years in the industry.
Reacting to the guide that was made by Veracity magazine. I wanted to do this shorter one first, just to really dip my toes and understand who these guys are.
And you know what? Is exactly why I made that video. With this guy, what I wanted to do is just explain
Uh-oh.
to all of the general public, please forget the preconceived notions, at least just for this, so I can explain to you how wrong you are. Open your mind. Some people say, like, and they swear, no, but I do though. I respect boy bands. You're already saying that they are a boy band. Also, to all the people saying, I don't like that guy, that Bora magazine guy. She did this member so dirty, and you didn't explain this and about this member, and you forgot about that, and you didn't say anything about the personality of this one member. I received those comments for every single member, but this is not that type of video. The people this video is for, haters, skeptics, and non-pop fans, don't care if BTS are funny. They have this preconceived notion that BTS are not good artists. So they are not even going to try to pay attention to the lyrics, their story, their talents. They don't care if they are funny, if they have this cute characteristic. They don't care. So I didn't pay attention to that. Once they start seeing, oh, like these are actual like good artists, now I'm going to fall in love with them. But that takes time.
So it's easy to assume that yet another boy band is just not for you, especially a K-pop boy band.
I'll say right away, is one of the reasons why I did not check out BTS until now.
Thank you so much for admitting it, because I'm tired of the people saying, no, but I'm super open-minded. And then you see the reactions and I don't believe them. At least this person is saying very clearly, yeah, I have these preconceived notions and that's why I didn't listen to BTS for a long time. But at least he's admitting it. Finally, some honesty.
Like just being like hand up accountability here. I'm not a big boy band fan. To be fair, I'm really not a pop fan.
I made this video for people like you because I am like you. When it comes to BTS really is the exception, and
that is dope. Low key, if you think about it, seeing this happen in real time, it gives me the chills almost, because it's like she was meaning to get to people like this, and that is dope. She actually reached somebody like that.
That's why I care so much about introducing the general public and non-pop audiences to BTS's music. I like that he's admitting his real starting point, because so many people say, no, like I have the most open-minded mind in the world and they don't, because they have all of these preconceived notions. So let's see what he says.
Like that's something I assume about K-pop, is that a lot of the behind the scenes is done for the groups, right? Like the songs are written for them, they're produced for them, the choreography is done for them, the shows and the venues are picked for them, the music videos are directed and edited and produced for them. And so this is actually really cool, kind of given the background of BTS didn't have that, that top tier label at first. And
thank you for just
that's fire.
Accepting it, because
that is fire that he understood that. That's dope. I gotta check him out. Rena said, I watched this guy's reaction. That is fire. Who is he? Let me know.
Some people combative. I understand maybe not trusting completely in a stranger, but if you're going to be like that, then don't react. Question some things, but if you don't know anything about the industry and you want to learn, maybe listen to my points first. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that some reaction channels who don't know anything about the industry are so combative to everything that I say, and I just don't get it. And also, you can see a difference in energy. Don't react to videos you don't want to react, because when you're forced to react for clout, we can tell, or at least I can tell, because some people just give these hundreds of thousands of views to some of these reaction channels who do not care about BTS, who are not even interested. And it's like, why are you a reaction channel then? Reaction channels are supposed to be, I don't know, maybe more open-minded, because you're reacting to different stuff that you have never reacted to before, they have never watched before. Isn't this what you're trying to do? Anyway, end of rant.
No, you shouldn't recognize them by that's because they changed their looks a lot. No, their songs are not all right because they changed their...
That picture always gets them.
Is it Yongkook? I don't know Korean pronunciation. I speak a little Japanese, and so my Japanese pronunciations are okay. I don't know any Korean pronunciation, so I'm apologize in advance if
It's completely different. My first language is Spanish, and as a Spanish speaker, actually, I can read Japanese as well very, very well because the pronunciations are very, very similar. The Korean language, the English language, and the Spanish language, we don't have the same vowels.
I'd assume that's Jimin, Yongkook, Taeyong, Hosok, Yonggi. Oh, that might be Japanese coming out. Yonggi, aka Sugar. Let's go. Seokjin. Oh my god, Namjoon. I need someone else to say these names so I can just repeat that instead of trying to read.
Well,
He didn't do bad though. I think he did pretty good.
this is an introduction to BTS, so don't worry. I'm going to pronounce also the best way I can.
Oh man, I feel like I just lost subscribers trying to say that
Their
shit.
looks a lot. No, their songs are
Fuck, I don't know your name. I only know two.
I only watched his reaction to the video that Bora saw. Oh, okay, you only seen this one. And I just realized his name is literally right here. Shade Reacts Live. I'm gonna check him out.
And now
I'm gonna react to his reaction. I'm just kidding.
that I'm seeing them in different hairstyles, I'm not sure if I remember which one. Wait, Youngkook, right? Cook? He's the one with the piercing.
Okay, but in the end, every star
I love R&B and hip hop.
in which his introspective words
my
can
heart.
properly shine.
Here we go. It was just a tiny moment, but I need to use my bingo cards. Talks over important part. I'm sorry, I need to use my bingo. Like I worked so hard on this 3 months ago.
Oh, she gave him no grace. He was doing good too. Oh man, you know what's crazy? That's scary. That's scary. She gives no grace.
Go.
Guys, I'm already going to apologize way in advance for still fucking up all of their names. Not like the pronunciation, because once I hear it, I'll be able to pronounce it, but just because they change their hairstyle so much, it's going to be hard.
The other thing that always, it doesn't irk me, that's a
Let's
little
go.
bit of a strong word, but it really, like, I'm tired. We know that you need like some weeks, months, even like armies are going to wait for you to learn their names. You think we learned their names since day one? And maybe because you are reacting to this for the first time, you feel like, oh, like this joke of me apologizing, like I'm so sorry for not knowing these names already and mispronouncing them. Maybe you feel like these jokes are so creative, but every single reaction channel says the same thing. So
That's true. That is so true. Because I said it, but I said it. I'm just gonna leave it there. I said it.
boring. But that is just a personal opinion though. It's not a real opinion. I'm just joking. Please, I'm not a mean person. The people who told me that my last reaction to reactions video was so mean, I'm sorry. It's just that sometimes I like to joke. I do have these opinions, but it's not like I'm going to hate you because you say this kind of stuff.
Sugar? August D? Yoongi?
Because that is his
He said everything right. He just locked in. Do you see that man's eyes?
last name is John, first name is Jungkook.
Jung and JT on the main now.
I'm Jungkook.
Jungkook is the male mainstream
That Jung and JT on the main now, and then that part confused so many of the general public, and I know that it was going to confuse people. It's just that sometimes I just cannot contain myself, and I need a little bit of a joke for army and army only. So I'm sorry, general public, for confusing you about that section of the video. If you don't know though, Justin Timberlake participated in a remix version of Jungkook's song 3D, and he said Jung and JT on the main now. Like he's calling Jungkook John and he is JT. But he's completely wrong because the way Jungkook writes his name is Jung space Cook. And so many people, and even like people who work in the industry, like magazine people and music podcast people who are supposed to be professionals, they believe that Jung is Jungkook's first name and Cook is his last name.
And I guess that has to do with the English language and the way that we spell our names. I'm thinking that's what it is. That's crazy though. And I wonder why that wasn't corrected. Did Jungkook not get that revised, or what happened there? You know? Cuz I know there's some people that don't like their names being mispronounced or even said wrong or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder what happened there, to be honest.
But no, Jungkook's last name is actually John, and
Jung.
his name is Jungkook. So
Jungkook.
it's Jungkook or
Jungkook.
John. That's why I included that other video. I know it's going to be so confusing, but I just could not get into it in this video because this is an introduction video. I just had to include that little bit of a joke for armies. Look at any reaction out there of that section of this video. They're all confused, like what just happened there? And I am sorry about that. I'm not. I would include it again.
What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to some more of the hits, like the ones you guys have recommended and all the comments on the Dynamite video.
So many people say this, right? First, I'm going to react to the hits. You need to understand that BTS is an unusual group in the mainstream global industry. If you start just looking at the hits, you're going to be looking not necessarily what BTS wanted to promote and be a hit, but what the Western music industry were willing to promote and make a hit.
That is true. I can't knock her on that. However, I gotta say that I'm proud of the way that we did it. We were doing like 7 songs in one video at one point, just so we could get different types of songs, different beats, different everything. So I think the way that we did it was pretty cool, because it was literally like almost like an hour-long video, and we did nothing but, let's say, Sugar, nothing but J-Hope, or even as a collective as BTS, 7 songs. And I think that was pretty cool because we got to see different things, and that's what attracted me, because that's why I became pretty much an army, because it's just like we got so much amazing music. I was like, damn, I could really, really listen to this for a very, very long time, and it doesn't get tiring, because till this day, that's still my top listen on YouTube music. You know what I'm saying? I do listen to YouTube music, sorry.
BTS promoted songs like Mic Drop and Fake Love like hell. Like they did so much for those songs, and they didn't receive as much recognition as their hits like Butter and Dynamite and My Universe. That, yes, of course, that is part of them, and they do a lot of pop music, very good pop music. And guess what I'm trying to say is that if you want to start with the popular songs, ask Army which are the most popular songs that Army wants you to react. Because if you go to YouTube and see the videos with the most views, you're probably not going to see a good representation. Those songs were the songs that the American music industry said, okay, this is good enough, because we're not actually going to take you seriously with your other projects. You need to be singing English. So if you are not, then we don't really care about you, BTS.
That's actually crazy if that's... So is that the way that that it was perceived? Because to be honest, even though they could be seen as Western, you know, songs, I guess you could say, because they, speak English in those songs a lot. It's pretty crazy because I actually like those songs. And I know a lot of people get like, oh, like I like BTS before the Butter era, because I've heard this in real life before, where I spoke to someone and I'm like, I'm into BTS, and I'm actually listening to them right now. I showed them my phone, and then I'm like, do you like BTS? And they're like, well, I like BTS before the Butter era. And I was so confused at that. I was like, what do you mean? That song's a banger. Like, I like that song too. It's not like I don't like the other songs, but I mean, they all have a special place, because I don't know, like, are you guys like me where when you listen to a song, you kind of get to like express different, avenues and different feelings about yourself? You know what I'm saying? Because I could listen to a V song and be on a certain mood, driving, chilling, you know what I'm saying, and that kind of stuff. But then I can go to some Jungkook, and then I'm just over here. I could push you through the phone, and then in the universe, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff. So it's like there's different things that they give us. There's not just one type of genre. But I'm just saying that to say that even Butter, to me, has a special place in my heart, because I really do like that song as well. It's like, that's a song that honestly is special to me personally, because that is the first song that I showed my daughter, and that is the first song that made her become a little army. 7-year-old. Now she knows J-Hope music, she knows JK's music, V's music, everybody's music because of that song. As soon as I play Butter, she hears the beat, doom, doom, and it's smooth like butter. She already knows. She gets into it. She starts dancing and she sings the song. It's so fire. I remember when eFam start searching BTS. You go to Bangtan TV, you can't find their group songs. When you go to Hype, you can't find BTS songs too. That's true. That's true. I did do that actually. You're right. I did. I forgot I did that. Thank you for pointing that out. That's crazy.
That's what the
I forgot.
industry said. I know it's hard to just hear into what I'm saying and believing it right away, but it is true. I go into it in my other video essays. This is not a video essay. This is
Happy Sunday. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry. We're already 4 hours in on the live stream. I'm sorry. Have a great one. Thank you for being here.
a guide. But I go into all of these topics in
Oh,
my
you have to go to church. God bless you. Pray for the world. For real. And I'm not just saying that. Please pray for the world. There's a lot of stuff going on. You know, God bless every single one of you guys, and I hope you guys are safe. But have a good day at church. Thank you so much for being here.
video essays. It's like a constant fight of BTS with these big corporations and industries that are very well established and that don't receive any benefit promoting BTS as a serious musical act. The industry benefits promoting BTS as this bubblegum boy band that sings Dynamite. And of course, BTS can be bubblegum pop and they're going to release Boy With Love and Dynamite and all of that. But
Facts.
that's just one of their many
Facts.
facets. And the industry takes advantage of that and only pays attention to those because that takes away credibility from them. If you're interested about those topics and BTS's history, told not just by me and many other armies, but by BTS themselves, because I quote their book, I quote their own words, their own stories told by them. So it's not just me creating these crazy theories, it's me giving you a lot of the context of BTS in the industry because it seems like this guy is very open-minded and a lot of reaction channels are, and that is great, but it's still very hard for people to understand the cultural context that BTS is in, not just because they're Korean. Yes, they're going to face a lot because they're Korean, but beyond that, they're going to face a lot because BTS still to this day are not signed to an American label. And many may say that doesn't really matter. It matters way more than you believe. This is not like.
And that does matter a lot. To be honest, it does matter a lot because the labels that are in the US are really, really running the game, to be honest. And there's no sugarcoating it. There's different people that own these labels that have a lot of money that are even willing to pay for these artists to look great. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's going to be an easy task for, Hybe or even BTS to win against a lot of these things because the amount of power that, I want to say the big three because I know Hybe is the big four, but the big three, the amount of power they have, it really is one of the biggest, and it's almost scary to be honest because they really do control the music industry. There's a lot of politics in this.
Shame
Crazy.
on you for not knowing the cultural context. Not shame on you. Same. I didn't know. This video was 3 weeks ago. Okay. I don't love necessarily watching reaction channels that react to the entire K-pop industry, or not the entire K-pop industry, but they react to multiple K-pop acts at the same time along BTS. What I don't like about that is that they start mixing up the information. So when I explain BTS's story in the industry, it really is BTS's story only. They see how each BTS member brings such a different, unique, and voice to the group, and they expect that from other K-pop groups. They start bringing this compliment to these other groups that I'm so sorry, no, they do not. And that's not a bad thing. I like other groups that don't necessarily have all of this dynamic that BTS brings. But what I am saying is that BTS does have that, and that makes them an exception, is their artistic diversity. Like each member, these 7 members are so different to the other, and somehow they all go together very, very well. Anyways, it's been 3.
That's true. And I did get a few backlash here and there when I was doing a reaction to different well, just one different K-pop group before, which was Blackpink. Um but like I said, the reason was, I mean, to be completely honest, my daughter loves Blackpink. So I had to see what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? So even then, I literally did start becoming a fan too. They're pretty dope. They're pretty dope. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You know, I do love music and I love listening to different kinds of stuff. I haven't got into something serious about them, but that's for the future. Right now, I'm very, very focused on this comeback, and that's why a lot of the content is just this. I'm very excited. I was so happy Bad Bunny getting love now from the general public. He also not under an American label and also was limited in the representation of the mainstream media, and that is facts. That is facts. And I'm with you with that because, to be honest, the amount of hate that we got on the videos where we were protecting him and talking about how great he did in the Super Bowl halftime show and stuff like that was absolutely insane. I'm not even gonna lie, it was just crazy. But I still stand with him, and like I told everybody else, like, if you think of me that way, what do you think about J-Hope? Because J-Hope loves Bad Bunny. So that's it.
Hours of me recording. I wanted to react to 4 videos like last time, but I feel like this time I'm only going to react to 3. Oh, and by the way, he got 1 star that is kind of like, does he really deserve that 1 star? Let's just say it. I declare Shade reacts live completely innocent. Case closed. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video, and let me know if I'm still too mean. All of the 3 reactions that I saw today, I like them all. Anyways, the court is adjourned,
There
or
we
whatever
go.
they say. Bye.
Oh man, that is so funny. That was a great video. I really enjoyed it. Shout outs to Bora City Magazine for that amazing video. And I did see the first one too. I didn't see the reaction to the reactions or anything like that, but I did see the first one, and it was pretty funny. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I wonder if we are in the algorithm, because I feel that we personally do probably stop a little more than we should, because like I said, I go on some crazy tangents sometimes and I just get into some conversations and then I start talking about myself and then I start talking about this and that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So it's always some good stuff, but I wonder because I did see her mention us actually before. When we were in her chat one time, she's like, "Oh, I've seen you guys," or something, or I saw someone mention you guys. I'm gonna check out your videos or something like that. I hope she does it, because she's gonna fail us. I feel like she's not gonna like me, because I feel like I talk a little too. To be honest, I understand why some people don't like us, because when it comes to the topics that are directly towards a reaction, we really do tangent off into real life situations. We get into deep topics. We start talking about, like I said, personal growth and just what we just saw kind of implements into the channel or into our life or into your guys' life or our kids' life or just life in general. You know what I'm saying? And just a lot of those deep conversations that I guess maybe some people are not comfortable with, but those are the kind of things that I personally like to talk about. So that's why on this channel, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? But it's always all fun and games. But big shout outs to Bora City Magazine for another amazing Judge Bora video. You know what I'm saying? She did put your reaction thumbnail in her video. Oh, she did. You're right. I forgot about that. That is so true. You're right. Dang, I need to really remember these things. That is so crazy. I do remember that. You're right. Shout outs to her.